In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front strut mounts on this BMW X5. These are going to be located at the top of the front struts. Let's get into it. We're going to remove the wheel, use a 19mm socket, take these lug bolts out. Before I take the last one out, I'm just going to hold the wheel from falling. Then grab the wheel and pull it off. Then we're going to take the wheel speed sensor off the bracket. Just take this grommet, slide this off. You might have to rotate it a little. And pull it out of the retainer right here. Set that aside. Yeah, where these clips are, just pop these down. And this bracket comes off. Take the grommet, slide this out of the bracket, just like that. Set that aside. We're going to take off the sway bar link nut, but there's a little bit of rust on here. I'm just going to use a wire brush. Just try to clean it up a little bit. It's just going to help with removal. Going to use a little rust penetrant, make it easier. I'm going to put some locking pliers on the back so that the stud won't spin when I'm taking the nut off. Using a 18mm socket, take this nut off. There's a washer. Just set that aside. I'm going to use a 22mm wrench on the bolt, 22mm socket. Take this nut off. Take the bolt off. There's a bracket on this one. And do the same on the bottom one. Before we take this bolt out, we are going to lower this down to the ground and then support the suspension with a floor jack. And just to be safe, we're going to disconnect this level sensor. We don't want this to break by accident. Using a 9mm wrench, put it on the stud, then a 10mm socket. Take the nut off, slide the stud out, just separate those, that's good. I have the floor jack right underneath the ball joint. Before I put any pressure on it, I just want to pull the bolt out. I'm going to have to lift up a little bit. Pull the bolt out. It's going to drop down a little. Just separate that. And just push it to the side where the brake caliper hose is so you don't put tension on the hose. And just lift up on the control arm. So there's no tension, that's good. If you want to, you can add a bungee cord just to hold this out of the way. Using a 10mm socket, take these nuts off. There's one right here. There's another one over here. Grab the reservoir. Lift it up. I'm just going to put it to the side a little bit. You don't have to take it out completely. Just tip it there. That's good. Pop this cap off. Just going to use a straight blade screwdriver. Just get underneath it. Pull that off. Using a 13mm socket, we're going to take these nuts off. Just crack them free first. Before I take the last one off, I'm just going to grab the strut assembly with my other hand, and then take that nut off. All right. And it comes right out. Now you're going to put the assembly in a compressing tool where the mount is, we're just going to make a mark so that when we put the new one in, we install it the same way. This is going to rotate either way, so it'll make it easier if it's close. Now, compress the spring. All right, that's all set. I'm just going to put a couple clamps on here just to hold the strut to the spring. I'm going to take the mount off. And just take a straight blade screwdriver. You're going to pop this boot down. There's a little bumper right here. You can push down on that bumper as well. So you can see the top part of where the shaft is. I'll use some locking pliers as high as you can get. Lock that down. The reason for the locking pliers is to prevent the shaft from spinning when you're taking the nut off. Another option is if you have an open socket like this, a 21 millimeter, you can go on the nut, and then you need to hold the shaft with a 6 millimeter hex socket or a hex key so that you can fit it in there to hold the shaft and loosen it up and take it off that way. Using a 21 millimeter socket, take the nut off. Using a pry bar, just pop the washer off. Grab the mount, just use a pry bar, just pry it up. There we go, there's the mount. Here's the bearing. Pull the bearing out and pry this lower cup out. And there you go. And put this lower piece in. And the bearing and the mount. We're going to line that up with the mark that I made earlier. I'm going to have to push this over a little. Push it down. That looks good. And the washer. If you need to, just push up on the center shaft so you can get that through for the washer, and then put the nut on. First we'll snug this down. Now I'm going to torque this to 47 foot-pounds. There we go. Now take the locking pliers off. You can move the bumper up and the boot. And I'm just going to use a pick. And just get this on. There you go. Take these clamps off. Then we can release the spring from the tool and get it back on the vehicle. Now we're going to take these nuts off. Then we're going to reinstall the strut assembly. Just get it lined up. Take one of the nuts and get the other nut started. Snug these down. I'll torque these to 18 foot-pounds. Now I'll put this cap on. Just going to use a straight blade screwdriver just to get it started. Give it a tap. There you go. I'm going to take the washer tank. Just get this lined up. Put these plastic nuts on. Snug that down. Do the same on this one. And snug that down. Now get the knuckle lined up. The lower bolt, get that started. Push that on. While we're still down here, we're gonna put the upper bolt in. Push this in. bracket on it, just like that. And we can get the nut started on the back side. Now I can lower the floor jack. Now we'll tighten these down. Now we're going to torque these nuts and bolts to 184 foot-pounds. Now take the level sensor, get that bracket installed, take the nut, get the nut started, and we'll tighten that down. And just snug it up. That's good. Now I take the link, get this lined up. Put the washer on, put the nut on. Now we'll tighten this up. Now we'll torque this to 47 foot-pounds. That's good. Remove the locking pliers. And take the wheel speed sensor wire, slide the grommet through the bracket. And push it through the retainer, just like that. And take the brake hose and the grommet, get this slipped through. That's good right there. Take the bracket, line this up, and lock it down. Now install the wheel. Get that lined up, and get the lug bolt started. And get the rest of them started. And snug those down. Now we're going to torque the lug bolts to 111 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Go around again, double check. Now you want to take the vehicle for a road test, listen for any abnormal noises, make any adjustments, and then bring the vehicle to the local shop to have it aligned so you don't burn out your tires.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front strut assemblies on this BMW X5. These are going to be located in the front behind the front tires. Let's get into it.